Hey, RetconRaider here, with special thanks to the Raiders, the fine folks who help make these videos possible, including but not limited to Mathew Smith, Revenant, Alois, Anerdinwarpaint, Dragon Matrix 7, Eerie V23, Exsellsior, Gottlieb, Kazorm, Nathan Welch Jr., RobbyB, Tomasz Piątkowski, Triphoppenskip, and Valinrook. Thanks for your support, guys. That said, let's get started. And welcome back to Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous. As today we finally return to Kenabres, where it all began, to pay a visit to some old friends. The rest of our trip to Kenabres was pretty uneventful, so we'll just skip over that part. But we do have some quick army shuffling to do, so let's get that taken care of. Namely, we need to get someone down to Stone Maze to put a stop to the current invasion. We'll get Shy Shankers on that. Sheer first. They're the only real threat. Oh, slightly more durable than I was expecting. We'll whittle both groups. Hey, nice. Lost half our front line. It'll take them 2 rounds to recover. Shield wall. Can't say I'm a fan of that one. Main threat's down. Fighters next. And now the dretches. Very nice. A halfway decent showing from Shy Shankers. No level up, though. That's a shame. I will say, under normal circumstances, I would be making a more concerted effort to spread out XP gain. But since I invented role-playing games, it's a bit less of a concern. We have passive XP gain on all of our generals, no matter how active or inactive they are. Magister Pilkwell has gained 2 levels just hanging out with the reserves. Finally done with our first major relic project, of like 20. And as feel-good as it might be to pray for the fallen of the Crusade, that would give us a belt that we would have no use for. So, sadly for Linz, shame it is. Shame! Shame! Melander Linz attained a level of truth available to few. He realized that war is darkness, evil, and bloodshed, and light has no place in it. Linz could become a hero of the Crusade only by casting off his doubts and venturing as far into the darkness as was required. His great feats would atone for his sins. But Linz was weak. This is why he died a man of no account. For this reason, creed-bound priests scorned his pathetic name, and his legacy was desecrated. Alright, let's get Blessings of Bastet going. It's going to take a while for that one to pay for itself, so we might as well get it started. And let's get the party into Canabris. Right after we rest, because we are currently exhausted. You're afraid you're running out of time because mongrels don't live long. But ordinary people, and even elves, think the same. Everybody thinks the time given to them is too short. Huh. So do you think I could make a list? 50 things to do before I die? Fine, I'll be realistic. 30 things. Yeah, those are called bucket lists, and I don't think people really worry about them being realistic. Oh, more events. The arrival of the Hell Knights. 3 Hell Knights are awaiting an audience with the commander in Dresden. That, I believe, is the beginning of Regel's companion quest. An army of thieves. A large group of suspicious individuals has arrived at the gates of Dresden. They wish to join the crusade. Officers have recognized a number of thieves and murderers among their ranks, and it seems that the newcomers are only interested in spoils of war. Should they be accepted? Well, let's see. Rogues and bandits. Diplomacy points, no big deal. Convicts, definitely not. Raising heroes. Oh, paladins and marksmen, okay. That one has a cost attached, but the quality of the troops would be markedly improved. Yeah, we'll just make that like Sela's pet project or something. She's a former thief herself. Arushale is certain that serving in the crusade reforms thieves, so she has assigned experienced officers to guide them. Along with combat training, they teach the bandits about honor and valor. Huh. That really felt like a Sela thing, but yeah, I mean, Aru makes sense. We'll get that going once we've freed up the slot. Might as well knock these guys out while we're still in crusade mode. Fireball! Finish off the retrievers. Start whittling cultists. Yeah, I'm not too worried about the spiders because they're mostly just going to web us up. It's the negative channeling we have to watch out for. Hold them back. Fireball 2. Very, very nice. Lovely. The Crusader army descended upon the cultist squad at the moment they were performing a demonic ritual. The retrievers, horrendous mechanical spiders, who sought out and killed the demon's enemies, came to Golarion through the passage they had opened from the abyss. Fortunately, the ritual was interrupted at its climax. The soldiers found a magical relic that belonged to the cultist's leader. Neat. That sounds like a fun one. Oh, and we found the Sacred Lands. Alright, now we can do Land's thing. Oh, we actually have to walk across Canabras? Okay, sure. That seems weird when there's only one place for us to go. Maybe we'll unlock more locations to visit later. Hey, okay. Market Square. Neathholm. The village of the mongrels that have been hiding from those living on the surface for generations. Here in the darkness, disrupted by nothing but dim firelight and the glow of cave mushrooms, the underground crusaders tell each other frightening tales of the times when their brave ancestors fought demons. Yeah, so we'll take care of this. And if we've got time, we'll swing by the market on the way back out. Maybe they've got new vendors for us. And it's been a while since we've been here. Almost 70 episodes, I think.
Don't mind me.
Right, let's have a look around. Well, that's not a great sign. The Blade of No Escape. Marked as a quest item, so let's give this thing a gander. This cursed sword belonged to a young mongrel, the son of a chief, who dreamed of reaching the surface. No matter how he tried, his every attempt at daring escape failed, and he met his inglorious end in the shades of the underground. Interesting. Completely non-magical. Possibly a relic item? We've got fires running, but no one in sight. We'll head for the marker. Chief Saul. And, like, 2 other people. I feel like there used to be more of you guys. Lan, what's that on you? Is it a tan or just road grime? What, is it time to go? Chief Saul sits silently, either deep in thought or dozing. He is holding a package. Chief, we're back. You won't believe where we've been, the things we've seen. You and the tribe need to come and see for yourselves. Saul flinches, as if jerking awake. Ah, Lan and the Uplander. That was quick. But no, we won't be going anywhere. We won't be seeing any things. What are you talking about, Chief? You and the rest of the Neathers. You've always fancied yourselves underground crusaders, right? Come on, it's time. Let's head up top. We were going to do it ourselves. You think we lost our nerve? No, we have our reasons. No one said you were cowards. I came to say the way up is clear, and we need you. The entire Crusade world needs you. Look, this is the commander of the 5th Crusade, and he's calling you to fight with him. Lan stops, looking closely at Saul. Or did something happen I don't know about? Wendoag came. She took Dyra. Oh, that was the vendor with too many teeth. Wendoag? She showed up here? I didn't think she'd be brazen enough. Clearly, I underestimated her. What does she even want coming here? You want to maybe start at the beginning for us, Chief? We waited. Such things shouldn't be rushed. We waited and waited. Wendoag came. She started talking, she did. Smooth as silk. Saying that Uplanders would kill us all and that we needed demon power to overcome them. but no one listened. She didn't like that. And the next day, Dyra went out to gather healing mosh, and Wendog took her alive. She left a message for us, warning us against trying to get out, or else. Let me guess, she'll only let you out if you obey her. Wendog, I thought she couldn't stoop any lower. The chief nods slightly and unwraps the package he is holding. Inside is a severed finger. Ooh, well that's unpleasant. Wendog is the chieftain's daughter, though, so, I mean, she would have some authority here, in theory. How's the rest of the tribe taking all this? They're troubled. Everything's in turmoil. We thought we should go get Dyra, but go where? No one knows where Wendog is. No one knows anything. So we wait. And we think. You have one answer for everything. Wait and think. That's 2 answers. Land throws up his hands. You've been doing this for decades. I don't know why I expected anything else. Look, does anyone know where Wendog is? How should I know? She is like a shadow. She disappears without a trace. Just slips away. I think I know where she is. Wendog and I had a secret spot. When she used to get upset or angry, she'd say she was going to live there forever. A big cave, warm and dry. And there's no way to sneak in without being seen. It's the perfect hideout. Oh, well, why didn't you say so? Alright, Chief, we'll get this taken care of. Go ahead and pack up your stuff. We're leaving once we get back. We are one tribe. We don't go anywhere without Dyra. Just get her back, then we can go be Crusaders. We'll take care of everything, Chief. I promise. Oh, Wendu. Truly, this is a dire situation. Okay, right. Now this is looking a lot more familiar. That's the table where Horgus and Nevi were hanging out. Way back during the game's prologue. So our exit must be off to the right here somewhere. Hey, okay, there we go. Let's do this. Aw. Yeah, that's not great. Poor Dyra. Wendog, sitting over a corpse that has been ripped to shreds, looks up and notices you. Look who's back. Did Sull come crying that I was holding Dyra hostage? What a snitch. Land shudders. You knew her. She was one of us. So what if I knew her? What does it matter? I do what I want. I don't care what other people think. I thought you wanted to lead these people, not kill them. I make sacrifices to Savamalek in exchange for his blessings. But this fool, no, her I killed for pleasure. I clawed her heart out with my bare hands. Wendog smiles. You are absolutely insane. Admit it, Wendu. You're just broken. Wendog chuckles. Keep underestimating me, Lan. You'll die with that same surprised look on your face. What exactly is your endgame here, Wendu? You realize you just killed your only bargaining chip, right? Now there's nothing stopping Sull from just leaving with the rest of his tribe. Wenduog licks her lips, her eyes glowing green in the dark. Will he find out? How exactly? Do you really think you're getting out of here? I mean, yeah. Pretty sure I'm like 10 levels higher than you at this point. You're alone. We can easily overpower you. Yeah, that too. I'm not alone, Lan. My master has not left me. Even now I feel his cold breath on my neck. Wenduog's voice drops to a whisper. He is watching. Lan looks around. There's no one here. He doesn't have to be here to know and see everything. Cool, so he's just been, what, watching him hang out in a cave and eat a corpse? Wenduog stretches and licks her lips lazily. Attack me, and you'll find out how I've been spending my time. We've been killing demons, and you've been practicing on cave slugs? It won't be much of a fair fight. I had a good teacher. He opened my eyes to many things. My master, Savamilek. And yet here you are, trying to taunt us into a fight because you're clearly too scared to make the first move. Yeah, this is a waste of time. Come on, Lan, let's go tell Sull that Dyra's dead. We've got a crusade to get back to. Lan touches the string of his bow grimly. Sorry, Vex, but I can't just leave. You owe me, Wenduog. I owe you nothing, Lan. Get lost.
Close ranks.
Bathe in your blood.
Oh no, we're fighting now. This is very sad, Wendu. Oh, that's not what I meant to do, but I'll take that. Wow, a mace of fire. Dyra was holding out. Wenduog jumps back, clutching at her wound, but immediately falls to her knees. Enough! That's enough! I want to talk to you. Oh, this should be good. Okay, go on then. What do you want to talk about? It's not too late yet. I, the unworthy Wenduog, will serve you. You, I realize now, you are the chosen one of the gods. There has never been anyone like you. Allow me to become your slave. Lan looks at his former friend with unconcealed revulsion. This is too much, even for you. Stop it. Get some help. I can't watch you humiliate yourself. I don't know who you are, but you're not Wenduog. I will be everything my master commands. Oh boy, this got awkward and creepy real quick. Okay, well, I mean, Lan hasn't really made much noise about killing her again. And I'm not really invested in vengeance from my side of things. She's been more sad than any sort of real threat. I mean, it sucks she killed Dyra, but again, we barely knew her. This feels more like tribal business than ours. That aside, I am genuinely curious to see what happens if we let Wendu go again. That said, I don't think we can trust her as a companion, so we will pass on that whole master-slave relationship. Oh, yeah, hard pass on that. Like you said, you're unworthy, but hey, it's not all you. It's me, too. I've just got standards. Wenduog looks at you as if her world has just collapsed. No. I've done so much. I must be stronger. No. I suppose I have been deceiving myself for too long. The truth is, it's me sitting in the dust in front of you, not the other way around. I asked Savamalek about you. I dreamed of defeating you. After our last encounter, it was all I could think about. But I'm weak. I am so weak. I don't even know. She seems to actually mean it. Well, Lan still hasn't asked us to kill her, so, Alright, Wendu. Maybe you learned a lesson from all this, though I am not holding my breath. Now, skedoodle. We got more important shit to get to. And hey, you want to take another run at me at some point? Feel free. Just try to make it more interesting next time. Wendua grinds her teeth. I understand. You have the right of the strong. You can order me, and I will obey. I am nothing compared to you. Still super creepy. Make sure we never meet again, Wendu. Next time, I'll kill you. Wow, and look at that. Not even a hint of defiance. We may have actually beaten some sense into her. I'll be curious to see where that goes. Sorry, Dyra. The body of Dyra, the mongrel trader, has been ripped apart as if by a pack of wild animals. I don't suppose we can actually raise you. No, of course not. Oh ho. +1 bonus to attack when using point-blank shot. Okay. Well, that is perfect for Waljif. He's rocking throwing axes, which are always inherently within point-blank range. But he's already got 2 rings. And I'm not really sure I want to drop either of these. You know what, we'll just hold on to that for now. Maybe we'll toss that to Aru. Oh, right, let's get that belt equipped too. Almost forgot about that. That's an extra 2d6 damage on all of Ember's fire spells. And as an added bonus, that also makes her completely immune to fire damage, which I am sure she appreciates. Alright, back to Sol. Gotta break some bad news. Hey, Chief. You returned. Good for you. What of Dyra? What of Wenduag? One of the mongrels looks at you gloomily. You couldn't save her, could you? Lan, you went up against Wenduag. That's tough enough. None of us had the guts. It's good that you didn't. Sol is old. He couldn't have buried all those bodies. But now everything's over. No one is threatening you anymore. Yeah, sorry to say, Chief. Dyra's dead. And Wendu is in the wind. Sol shakes his head. What? Wenduag's gone. But why did you... Uplanders. What do you care about us and our problems? Don't be sad, Chief. Your tribe is no vigilante mob. If you want to give Wendewog a piece of your mind, you'll get your chance. She's not going to leave us alone. I can feel it. Wendewog is of this tribe. She'll be drawn back to us, no matter how hard she fights it. Yeah, sure, what he said. But hey, look. You're all out of excuses, Chief. I mean, are you guys underground crusaders or not? The 5th Crusade needs you. The real question is, are you going to rise to the occasion? Saul lets out a coarse, gurgling sigh. Well, when it's time, it's time. Lead on, Lan. Lan raises his hands in defense. No, Vex Godglove is our commander. He will lead you. Saul turns to you and straightens up with effort. Well, Commander, thank you for not forgetting us. We are Crusaders. You are the Crusade Commander. Lead the way. We shall follow. Well, thank goodness for that. Let's get back to Dresden. We'll do our follow-up and then check in on our visitors, get Regel's thing going. Let's see, do we have any crusading to take care of before we head back? Oh, we've got some mongrel archers. We'll have them form up with Shy. He could use some backliners. They're not bad. Not great, but they're certainly better than standard archers. Bell of Mercy's been transferred. That's a small but notable boost to defense on all of our units. Very nice. And it frees up a logistics slot. Ah, right. We're done with Lan's thing, so off he goes to rescue those kidnapped kids. I'm sure they're fine. It's only been a few weeks. We'll get one of these outpost upgrades going right after. Okay, back to Dresden. Hey, Saul, glad you made it. I said no. Stop asking me, Chief. Saul stands, slouching, staring at the ground. You have to, Lan. Look at me. I'm old. What do I know? Caves. And you know everything around here. Yes, you do. You are young and strong. You can last a dozen years. You've always said I'm not one of you. How can I be chief now? I'm a loner by nature. Who's going to listen to me? Half the time, I don't even listen to me. It's a new time for Neathers, Lan. You're young, and you're from the new time. They're confused up here, under the sky. But they'll get used to it. I won't. I know nothing here. You know everything. He makes some pretty good points, Lan. Saul's old. He spent his whole life in a cave. You've been up here for months. You know how things work. And hey, from what I've seen, you'd make a halfway decent leader. Lan sighs heavily. If even you're on his side. Alright, I'll give it a shot. But when my dear mongrels come running to you, crying and demanding Saul back, don't say I didn't warn you. They won't even remember old Shell with you around. Hey, don't rush me into becoming chief. I meant that I'll give it a try, nothing more than that. And after a few days, I'll come to you, Commander, with the report. Just you wait. Fair enough. So, Lan, now that you've convinced your tribe to come up here with you, what's the next step? What have you got planned for us? Plans? You have too high an opinion of me. To be honest, I never had less of a plan than I do right now. I thought everything would be simple. We'd go to the surface, become Crusaders, and somehow figure things out later. But later is now. Saul tells me not to rush things, but he always says that. If I listen to him, I'll have moss growing out of my ears before a single thing changes. One thing's for sure. As long as you're our leader, there is hope. Things are always happening around you, and it made me realize that I need to stick with you. If I do, one day I'll find myself scaling a citadel of evil, a bow blessed by all the gods clamped between my teeth, about to plant an arrow in the chest of some ancient evil demon. I mean, I can't make any promises, but I'll see what I can do. So now that you guys are up on the surface, what do we call you? Huh, that's a good question. We're not fully Uplanders yet. I think we are now Uplander Neathers. Although, if you think about it, we used to be Neither Uplanders. After all, our ancestors came to the caves from the surface. And now I've given myself a headache. Maybe I'll leave the task of renaming our people for a better time. Yeah, not exactly a high priority. Catch you later, Lan. Sup, Saul? Chief Saul looks around uncertainly. Uplanders. Nothing's like it's supposed to be. What is it, Commander? Well, just checking in, buddy. How's the tribe getting along? They're frightened, but they're trying not to show it. One of them was pulled out of the shores. She couldn't take in the open. Decided to live in there. But they're all very curious. And when you're curious, you stop being frightened. Lan is keeping an eye on them. He doesn't bother me unless he needs to. They keep calling us tieflings here. The young ones pick fights, but it will pass. No one's trying to drive us out. So, that's something, at least. Cool, cool. And how about you? You settling in okay? Truth be told, it's frightening. Strange sounds, no shielding. Smells like something. It's hard here. But then again, I don't cough as much as I did down there. The sun's nice, too. Oh, and I go to the priest of Iomade. They give some nice sermons. Just lovely. And still, this is not my world. It's for the young ones. Any sign of Wendu yet? She giving you trouble? She doesn't even come here. Doesn't try to make peace. I wouldn't make peace for sure after everything she's done, but if she came, I would know she's not rotten to the core. If not, I don't even want to think about that. She doesn't want to show her face. That's all right. It's what I think. Yeah, that's gotta be rough. It is his daughter. So how is Lan handling all this? You think I'll make a good chief? Saul sighs heavily. He doesn't want to, but it can't be helped. Everyone goes to him with their troubles and cares. He's caring, Arlan. He's kind, like his father used to be. He helps everyone. And when I say he'd make a good chief, he gets all riled up like I just called him a cave slug. Strange, but he might be one of us after all. More than I thought. Well, cool. I'm glad everything's working out, at least for now. Thanks, Sol. 'Twas my pleasure. Wow, okay. So everything did more or less work out. Well, except for poor Dyra. But, you know, that's just the cost of doing business, I suppose. I think she, of all people, would understand that. I do hope Wendu ends up coming around at some point. I've actually run with her a bit in some of my other campaigns. And from my interactions with her, I do very much get the impression that while she is deeply flawed, a lot of it stems from just an inherent, deep-rooted insecurity. She's constantly lashing out because she's trying to prove her worth and relevance in a world she feels is inherently unfair. You got some shades of Lan in there. Just different extremes.
How'd you know you don't got long to live? You look healthy enough to me.
But that's because I'm secretly coughing into a lace handkerchief that's becoming stained with blood as my condition progresses.
Is that like a Doc Holliday reference? Wow. Commander, unexpected reinforcements have arrived. Not from the Queen this time. These are volunteers. Word that the Crusaders, being led by a halfling, is spread around the country and beyond. Apparently it's reached the Bellflower Network. You must have heard of them? They're an organization dedicated to freeing halfling slaves. Some of their fighters have decided that the demonic threat is sufficient reason for the Bellflowers to broaden their objectives and help the crusade, as well as their fellow halfling at the head of it. They want to join your army. Okay, so 27 Bellflower fighters, or a modest 2,500 finance points. Looks like they're halfway decent fighters, range fighters. I think they're actually slightly better than the mongrel archers. I'd have to double check that, though. I mean, relatively speaking, this stack of ranged troops does outweigh the 2,500 finance. 2,500 finance is enough for maybe one stack of other mercenaries. The big risk here is that if we do accept these guys, unless they get added to our mercenary pool or there's more future events of this type, they might be stuck at a stack of 27. Which I guess is fine. We've got slots to spare. As you say, Commander, the recruits will be at your disposal shortly. They approach as if in military formation, in lockstep, arranged so that the tallest, a white-haired elf, occupies the central position, flanked by the other two. At the same time, it does not seem as though any one of these three is the leader. Knight Commander Vex Godglove, we are representatives of the Hell Knights in the no-man's land of the World Wound. Paralictor Amanos Renth, from the Order of the Gate. Paralictor Larina Tai, from the Order of the Pike. And Paralictor Garen Diothon, from the Order of the Pyre. After introducing themselves, all three turn to Regil in unison, and give curt nods. The elf, Paralictor Amanos Renth, turns his gaze on you. His voice is dry, and his speech is fastidiously formal. We have come to officially greet the commander of the Fifth Crusade on behalf of the coalition of Hell Knight Orders. The Orders have been and remain fundamentally opposed to demons and demon worshippers. We will continue to act in the no man's land of the World Wound as an allied force to your armies. Cool, so you guys are joining up? We've got some room in Pilquell's Pikers if you'd like to form up with him. That is not possible at this moment in time. The Orders are following their own plans. The majority of our forces are deployed far to the west. We are thereby helping you by drawing the attention of the demon armies. Paralictor Durenge's decision to hand over part of his forces to you to command was done on his own initiative, but the other orders and even other chapters of the Order of the Godclaw have their own objectives. Oh, okay, well, was that it, or... One more thing. Our chapters, together with the troop led by Paralictor Durenge, intend to establish an outpost, or rather a fortified transfer point, for our operations. We have found suitable ruins from the First Crusade, and we have begun making them fit for habitation. When the outpost is ready, you will be entitled, as our ally, to make use of the facilities for rest and sustenance, when you are making forays deeper into the wound. On that, we shall take our leave. Knight Commander. Yeah, okay. Bye. So they are setting up a fort west of us, got it. We'll keep an eye out for that. Regel's pale yellow eyes freeze in an expression of polite attention. Knight Commander, greetings. Hey, Reg, so what can you tell me about your friends who were just here? A usual formality. Representatives of orders traditionally visit newly appointed commanders of Crusade armies. But you are probably wondering something else. Whether you are being followed. Of course you are. The Hell Knights are the backbone of order on Golarion, and thus we are responsible for watching all of the significant movements and figures across the world. You are one such figure. So what you're saying is they've got spies in Dresden? I know there are. There must be. But of course, I don't know any specific individuals. Right. Compartmentalization, plausible deniability. That does seem pretty standard. Alright, thanks, Regel. I appreciate how straightforward he is. You know, it's funny, because going into this, he's one of the characters I think I had the least experience with, and I was really expecting us to not get along. But, he's a pretty straight shooter, you know. I mean, he doesn't approve of our methods, but he doesn't really kick up a fuss about them. He just stands back and observes. And, I mean, he must like what he's seeing so far, because he's stuck with us, so... I guess we'll see if that continues being the case once we really get into the meat of the trickster stuff. Oh, we've got 2 more demon armies incoming. Both on the weaker side, nothing Pilquell and Shy can't handle. And there's our Bellflower Fighters. I guess we'll just have them fall in with Pilquell for now. He could definitely use some range support. Hey, that actually bumped him up to rank 4. We've got reinforcements on tap, too. Alright, folks. Not the most action-packed episode, but I feel like we made some decent progress, knocked out some enemy armies, finished Land's thing, or at least the current stage of his thing, and started pulling in additional special reinforcements, too. That'll be handy moving forward. that said, we'll hit the pause button for now. I'll take care of the usual off-screen bookkeeping, and we will pick up here next time, as we set our sights on the region immediately surrounding the Castle in the Clouds, the Ivory Sanctum. We're not going to hit it just yet, but there are several optional locations surrounding it, so we will start clearing those out. See you then. Oh, and remember, although I do love playing Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous, you can find out more about the game by visiting the official websites. And if you'd like to help support the channel, feel free to push the buttons that do the things, or maybe even check out the Patreon or YouTube memberships. Links are in the description.
Don't mind me.